What up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG, and welcome back to another Am I the Asshole Reddit stories. This time we're going to focus on ones that center around winter break, because, Christmas and New Year's, that's winter break. So let's see what kind of stories we've got this time. We're going to start with, am I the asshole for being too honest to my mother about why I'm not coming home for winter session, which is close enough to winter break? So let's see what's going on. My father passed away when I was 10 years old, so it's just been my mom and I. She had a couple of boyfriends here and there. I had no issues with her dating at all. In fact, I used to joke about not minding a stepfather before I hit 18, so this is not a situation where I want my mother all to myself. Okay, well, at least you're not selfish. I just completed junior year last spring semester. I told her that I was coming back on a certain date when I was actually coming back 2 days earlier. I opened the garage and my mother immediately opened the door. She looked more shocked than concerned than actually happy to see me. She asked me what I was doing there. I jokingly asked if I should come back later and even teased her about asking if she had company. Parentheses, we had that kind of relationship, parentheses. Then she reluctantly let me in and said it was okay. Something tells me she has company, but what kind of company? When I entered the house, lo and behold, Frank was there. Frank was someone I went to high school with. We weren't close, but we didn't have an adversarial relationship. We shared classes together and had common friends and went to the same parties. Ooh. So why is he at your house then? I didn't connect the dots immediately. I asked what he is doing at my house then. I don't know why that's bolded. Then I said I didn't notice a car outside. Frank responded awkwardly and said his car was in the garage for repair. I asked again what was he doing at my house. My mother finally spoke up and told me that she was seeing Frank. I was like, what the fuck? And told her not only was he my age, but also my former classmate. She said she knew. I angrily asked why she was dating him of all people. She told me to calm down and explain the situation. Frank said he would take an Uber back home. After he left, my mother told me everything. She met him on an app, probably Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, one of those fuckers. I tried not to think if she had any run-ins with anyone else that I knew. They went on a short date, and he did ask about me because that was my last name. She told him she was my mother, but he shouldn't worry about it and see where things go. I was disturbed to say the least. They apparently have been seeing each other for 6 goddamn months. Fucking classmate going steady with your mother. Damn. But actually reading some of this again, I don't know if OP is a man or a woman. That can change everything. But never mind. Let's keep going. She said she would understand I would need time to come to terms with it and was eventually planning on telling me about the relationship. My mother said she understood why I was upset, but I need to accept that they're not doing anything wrong and everyone is an adult, which is technically true. But it's still kind of an iffy gray area. My relationship with her changed that day. She tried to talk to me but kept her at arm's length. She was still seeing Frank. In fact, he came to my house several times. He even stayed the night. I told her I don't want to get involved in their relationship, but if she could not have Frank come to our house so often. She got upset and told me to stay out of her business. The whole summer went by like this. When I went back to the fall semester, she tried calling me, but she eventually got the message I don't really want to talk to her. I honestly didn't want to come back home for the winter session. I asked my grandparents, parentheses, my dad's parents, parentheses, if I could stay with them for the winter. They were ecstatic to say the least. 2 days ago, I got a call from her asking me about when the fall semester was ending. My mother asked me if it was okay if Frank can move from his dorm and live in our house at the end of the year. Instead of giving her the option to choose between us, I decided to remove myself from the situation. I told her the truth about where I was going to stay. She broke down on the phone and asked her why I couldn't be happy for her. I told her she has the right to date whoever, and frankly, it's not my business, so I'm not going to come between her and Frank. I still have the right to my feelings, and I'm going to keep my distance. She hung up the phone, told my grandparents. My grandparents are still letting me stay at their place, though. Oh, fuck! Yeah, I'm gonna say you're not the asshole in this one, because, I mean, you don't want to get in the middle of that relationship, mostly because it's also weird, but I think you're handling this rather well. Again, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but the conflicting images of both mess me up. But overall, we're going to say that you're not the asshole. This next one says, am I the asshole for switching my winter break plans? You potentially could be, but who knows? I mean, the overall consensus says there are no assholes here, so maybe no one actually is an asshole, but I will be the judge of that. Let's get into it. I go to boarding school. This was my choice. My parents didn't ship me off or anything, but I'm obviously very close to my friends and community there. My closest friends are Aiden and Gavin, and Aiden's sister, Ashley, in the grade below us. We have other friends, but the four of us are really close. Dorms at school are family style with like mixed years and a dorm parent. We are all in the same little family. Gavin's family is rich but awful, so he usually spends most of his breaks with Aiden/Ashley and their family. During the summer, I will visit them or stay with their family, but not usually for more than a week at a time. Okay, so correction, there aren't no assholes. His who was it again? Was it Gavin's family? Gavin's family are assholes. They are rich but awful, which implies that they're assholes. So the consensus was wrong! But we haven't even gotten into the main problem yet, so let's keep reading. We have a 3-week winter break. This year it went from the 20th to the 9th of January. Oh, the 20th of December to the 9th of January. Damn, that's a nice stretch. I went to my parents, of course, who I hadn't seen since September. They wanted to do a family trip for Christmas because we don't have much family, so we went away the 20th to the 27th, basically. Okay, a nice little fun family trip. Doesn't sound asshole-ish yet. Aiden, Ashley, and Gavin, meanwhile, went home for Christmas all together to Aiden and Ashley's family's house. But on the 28th, when I got back, I found out Gavin had a huge mental health episode triggered by his other drama. He was really struggling. I was sending him texts and talking to Aiden and Ashley, but it wasn't the same thing. I told my mom I wanted to go visit him, and my mom was like, "No, this is our time," and I said I was really concerned about Gavin, and she accused me of basically just wanting to vacation with them and bail instead of wanting to be at home with them for 2 more weeks. I said it was affecting my mental health to be away from them at a time like this, and she twisted it around to be like, we're bad for your mental health." And then finally, my dad was like, "Fine, if you want to buy the plane ticket, just go then." I was so upset and everything was so crazy that I was like, fine, that's what I did. Okay. What the fuck do you mean no assholes here? The parents are a little asshole-ish, trying to gaslight you. That's asshole behavior. Oh, I'm getting heated, but let's continue. Aiden and Ashley's parents were happy to have me, and by the end of the break, Gavin was doing a lot better. We actually had a really nice time. All of their family and siblings went to our school or the sister's school, or the sister school, I'm an idiot. So there's always random people visiting, and I got to see people that I knew via school, but don't get to see on a day-to-day basis, like our old dorm parent who left at the end of last year, but knows their mom or Aiden and Ashley's 20 brother's friends from his grade. That was hard to read. Okay, so you're able to reconnect with a lot of people. That's good, but it's not done yet. It's been 6 weeks now, though, and my relationship with my parents has been extremely tense since then. We've talked only a few times. My mom has practically given me the silent treatment. I kind of don't regret it, but I do feel bad, and I know my mom was really hurt. The secret truth, though I wouldn't admit this to them, is I genuinely do always look forward to visiting Aiden and Ashley's house, and did actually have a better time than I think I would have with my parents. Too long didn't read. I'm in boarding school, but I bailed 1 week into Christmas break to be with my friends from the school after a friend had a crisis. Am I the asshole for abandoning my parents? I'm not going to say you're the asshole. You wanting to be there for your friend who's going through a bad crisis, there's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, I think your parents could have handled it a lot better. And I think the general consensus needs to change to the parents are slightly asshole-ish. They were gaslighting and twisting the truth. That is asshole behavior. Ooh, but let's calm down and get to another story. Okay. Am I the asshole for bringing my girlfriend home for winter break? And, this one says you are the asshole. Ooh, drama. Ooh, let's get into it. Throwaway account. I'm 21F. Oh wait, 21F. Oh, we have lesbians. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. I'm 21 female, living abroad. I've been with my girlfriend, 22F, for a year and decided to bring her home to my family for winter break. I have to mention that I come from a religious family, and although I came out to them as bisexual 2 years ago, they have always made it clear that they expect me to marry a man. Oh, nope. I don't like that so far. And wait, that seems asshole behavior on their part. Why do you say you're the asshole? I have to keep reading. I have to figure out why. My family also did not know that me and my girlfriend are together. They just knew we were very close. Anyways, my girlfriend flew in to meet me, and the day after she landed, we were in the kitchen and I gave her a hug. Of course, my mom walked in at that second and freaked out. She called me to her room and started going off about how disrespectful and disgusting I am, how I should keep my sick, twisted shit out of her house, and how I'm a liar. Oh! Beat the mother! Beat her up! Oh, if I were you and my mother said that to me, I would just give her the coldest fucking stare ever. But still, sick, twisted shit? Oh, slap the bitch. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Okay, let's keep going. She said my girlfriend was not allowed under her roof and I was disgusting for bringing her to begin with. At this point, I was freaking out and having a panic attack, and I left with my girlfriend to a friend's house and stayed there for the rest of the trip. My phone was blowing up the whole time with texts from both my parents calling me deceitful and selfish and confused, and telling me I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I've sunk so low as to be in a relationship with a girl. My siblings told me I shouldn't have brought her home, even though when it came out to my parents originally, they didn't really have much of a reaction, so I had no idea they would react this way. My friends would tell me I didn't do anything wrong, so am I the asshole for trying to introduce my girlfriend to my family and bringing her home for winter break? Wait a minute, what? What? How does that make you an asshole? This is obviously someone you care about a lot. You wanted to introduce this person you care about a lot to your family who you also care about a lot. That makes sense to do. And even if they were really religious and maybe didn't support your decisions, that's not a reason not to... I'm angry. And before I punch my computer, I'm gonna go to the next story, but overall, I'm gonna say you're not the asshole. Fuck you, Reddit people. Alright, I think I got time for one more. This one is, am I the asshole for not going home for winter break? Okay, this seems very similar to the other one for not going home for winter session. But it says you're not the asshole, so let's see what we've got. I'm a junior in college, and I ended up not going home for winter break because of the culmination of a lot of different events. Basically, I started dating my boyfriend last year, and this year my parents asked to meet him. I told them that's no problem, but he would only be able to be in town to meet them for 2 days and would not stay for Christmas. Originally, they were okay with this, and I thought that as well. Okay. So far, everything seems okay. I don't like that they didn't specify that they were man or woman. So it could be a man and woman relationship, or it could be gay. However, a week before we were set to leave, my parents called and asked me if we could come later instead, so we could be there for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I explained to them that I'd be staying after my boyfriend left, but they told me my dad would be working the 2 days. My boyfriend would be there and wouldn't really be able to meet him. I felt bad, but there was nothing we could do. My boyfriend only has certain days off work and wanted to be home for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to be with his kids. Obviously. Oh, new information has arisen. So your boyfriend was in a previous relationship which resulted in kids, so it's therefore leading me to believe that it is a straight relationship. But also, you're a junior in college. So how old is this man and how old are you? Junior in college, you're probably 21, 20 to 21. I think that's how old you'd be. But oh, the juice is kicking in. They tried to compromise by asking us to try and exchange our plane tickets and they'd pay the difference. But we don't have plane tickets because we are driving. My parents offered to pay for plane tickets, but my boyfriend cannot fly because he has PTSD from a helicopter crash he was in when he was in the Navy. I really tried to explain my side of the story, but my parents got really angry and accused me of not wanting to spend time with them and choosing my boyfriend over them. Okay. The parents literally said the original plans were fine. And then, nearing the day, he said, oh, actually, we needed it to be something different. So, sorry, either accommodate to us or be a bitch. That is some straight up... And my heat just kicked on if you're hearing something. That is some straight up bullshit. Okay, let's finish up the story. They called my boyfriend a ton of names and called into question the nature of our relationship, and I felt very disrespected. I ended up telling my parents that I wasn't going to be coming home because of how they were acting and that I didn't want to make a cross-country drive by myself. Parentheses, there were no more plane tickets reasonably priced by the time this happened, parentheses. I had a great Christmas with my boyfriend and his kids, but since then my parents have been very irate with me, and my sister called to tell me I was being a brat. Even my boyfriend said that maybe I should have just gone on my own to appease them. I feel like I may have handled the situation poorly, so am I the asshole here? No, you're not! Your parents said the original plans were okay, and essentially said, oh, actually, it's not okay last minute, and expected you to accommodate them. You're the one who made the initial plans! They should be accommodating you! And I don't know the nature of y'all's relationship, but I mean you and your boyfriend, but you know what? I respect it. So you know what? No, I don't think you're an asshole. And honestly, I hope you guys work out. Despite the fact that this post was from 6 years ago, so you probably have worked it out by then. So let's go over everything. Are you the asshole for being honest to your mother about why you're not coming home for winter session? No, you're not the asshole. Are you the asshole for switching your winter break plans? No, you're not the asshole. Are you an asshole for bringing your girlfriend home for winter break? No, your parents are fucking bigots. And are you the asshole for not going home for winter break? No, you're not the... It's always the fucking parents and the family that mess this shit up. Wait a minute. Wait, all these stories, it was the fucking parents. Parents are... I'm not going to go into that because I have a decent relationship with mine. These parents are bitches. And I'm going to end this off here before I have a goddamn aneurysm. So, I've been Floz MG. This has been Am I the Asshole Winter Break Stories, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye!